Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot and welcome for your reading for the new moon in Aries for April 2021. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time discussing the astrology of the moon because Saturday evening, 6 p.m. GMT, so 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific, I'll be live streaming for the new moon. I'll be doing readings there as well. And also, I'll be having on astrologer David Fisher so we can pick apart the new moon on the astrology level. As ever, this is a general reading, or will be once I cover what I've pulled out of the new moon. And general reading rules apply. You know, there's an intro here with a timestamp below, so you can fast forward to the reading, one if you want to, but please hang around once for this intro, because I would like you to watch your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, especially your rising sign. That's the one that I always feel is the most important. But hey, it's a new moon. Watch your moon sign. But in the first, I'm just going to pick out some aspects. It's probably the wrong word to use in this case. Some significations of this new moon. But as a general reading, you know, general reading rules will apply. Timing's not absolute. Roles can get reversed. You know the plot by now. And although you can ask a question prior to the reading, so you can have a think about that while I'm going through the moon itself, then hopefully that reading will give you some form of answer and you'll be able to tell if it's not a reading for you. It's a Celtic cross this time, so it's still, I don't like that idea of take what resonates. It's either the lot or nothing. That's the way my mind works. Whole thing or nothing at all. But again, with a Celtic cross, there is an element of past and present, so you'll be able to tell whether it's for you or not. Right, let's get on to this moon, 22 degrees Aries. Now, on the Facebook page for this channel, I've already posted a lot of the astrologers discussing this new moon, and every time I find a new show, I'll be posting that up there as well. So as you know, with the sun ingress into Aries, that's the start of the astrological new year. But it's almost like that between the sun ingress into Aries and the new moon in Aries is almost like a planning time, a waiting time, a time of potential. And the new moon in Aries is what really kicks the year off. Now, this year it's at 22 degrees Aries and is ruled by the angel Melahel, who as a degree angel represents sharing the flame, a healing capacity. That's good signs to start off with. Now, as one of the Shem HaMephorash, that's the angels who bear the name of God, and the meaning of Melahel's name is the God who deflects the evil. Now, all of these angels have 5 points around the zodiac, and I've been drawn recently to study these 5 points because, hey, that's where my background is. I want to know about the pentagrams. So, Melahel, you'd think all of them, but not according to the reference I've been looking at. But Melahel's 5 points do indeed form a pentagram, as do most of the degree angels, but strangely not all of them. Nithaya is one that doesn't. So if you have planets, obviously at 22 degrees Aries, but also 4 degrees Cancer, 16 degrees Virgo, 28 degrees Scorpio, or 10 degrees Aquarius, this could be a wonderful new moon to start something really, really creative, because it's a direct pentagram, quintile aspects between the various points, obviously, and there can be some wonderful energies being brought up by that. The fact that it's at 22 degrees, 24 minutes, is it 24 minutes? Yeah, 24 minutes Aries. It's in the first half of 22 degrees, because looking at the symbols, this degree is a little bit double-edged. But just going back to that pentagram, this is also the pentagram of the Saturn of Dion Fortune of the Order of the Golden Dawn. So if you know anything about Dion Fortune, you know that I expect setting intentions, doing some form of creative magic, or doing some form of creative project, starting it on the 3 days of this new moon to have some extra whammy, extra blessing, especially if you invoke the angel Melahel in this process. You know, even if it's you're just about to put paintbrush to canvas and say, Melahel, assist me with this. Angels need permission. They can't just do what they're designed to do without your permission, because they will always respect your free will. And Melahel especially is about those healing efforts. Supports the development of your healing gifts, I'm looking at right now, and helps you to accept those parts of you that you feel are hard to love. Restores and revitalizes with the energy of love. That's coming from an Aurosoma site that I used to think Aurosoma was a bit weird, and then I tried using it one time, only the one bottle, but I had spectacular results. So if you find one of those, what they called essences that you're drawn to, go for it. Now, Melahel is a guardian angel of a period of Cancer, July the 12th to the 16th. So if you are Cancer, Sun, Moon or Rising, this should also be very, very useful to work with Melahel in your new creative project. And in terms of doing the magic, there is, now, where is it? Oops, I've put it in the wrong place. So there is, from Franz Barden, he, through his magical work, he found names and sigils for what he called the degree heads, those beings that exemplify, can explain the energy of each individual degree of the zodiac as beings that a magician can evoke. Now, the name of the entity or degree head for 22 degrees Aries is Belisarius. Now, quoting from Barden's notes, this head, like the two foregoing ones, is superior to the others in wisdom, cleverness, and sagacity. And he teaches the magician to apply the laws of the zone girdling the earth by the Akasha principle to realize them in the physical world. Belisarius is always willing to help the magician in any respect. So, as well as invoking Melahel, maybe have a little word with Belisarius as well. And what that phrase meant in English, he teaches the magician to apply the laws of the zone girdling the earth, i.e. the zodiac, the ecliptic, by the Akasha principle to realize them in the physical world. This, now, I am not a fan of quite a lot of the manifestation philosophies. I think it's taken a perfectly valid magical law and forgotten the fact that there's numerous others, depending on who you listen to. There's 6 others or there's 21 others, you know. So 22 would figure with the major arcana, really, wouldn't it? Or the tree of life. So even with that, with the description of Belisarius and his capabilities, that it's the secret incarnate, you know. So which is perfect for setting things into motion. With Melahel's, getting my teeth tongue-tied, Melahel's healing influence as well, because hey, world needs a lot of healing at the minute, doesn't it? So I don't think there's any of us in the life that couldn't do with a little smattering of some good healing energy, either for ourselves or that we can then radiate out into the world in a good hippie woo-woo fashion, and actually do some good and improve the world. Now, this degree says take a chance. Looking at the Chandra symbol, the inside degree of this degree is Aries 23, because 22 degrees Aries to 23 degrees Aries is the 23rd degree, is a bottle labelled Drink Me. Now, if you remember, this is what made Alice in Wonderland shrink. The interpretation written from Inside Degrees is the force of events sweeps away who we thought we were and plunges us to a deeper place beyond the known. The sheer immediacy, the sudden clarity shifts mountains of intent into a different octave altogether. Being taken by storm is the most direct path from here to there. And when cosmic worlds are urgently coming through, the only smart thing to do is to step aside and make a huge amount of room for unexpected guests at events that you could never have arranged in your wildest dreams. Now, that, I think, is beautiful. Another interpretation says the bottle asks you to try something whose results you won't know until you do it. Take a chance. Just as the painter applies successive layers of paint to see what will happen. We tend to think it's good to be careful, but not always. This degree has a refreshing lack of caution that most often carries it to surprising and wondrous places. So we've got that manifestation energy. We've got that healing energy. Now, this is not something that's just naturally going to come in. This is something that you have to actually ask for and intend to use, because intent is everything. But there's, like I say, this degree is a little double-edged. Let's have a look at the symbols. I'm looking at the wrong page here. Was it Kosminski? Right, the Safarial degree symbol says it is a degree of weakness. Adriana Corelli says it's a degree of fatality. Now, that is not as bad as what it sounds. I'm not talking about a Mortal Kombat fatality. It's setting something into motion karmically and receiving karma where required. I mean, okay, we've just had a year's worth of zodiac action that's been all about clearing karma, but I personally think that it's probably something that's never going to entirely run out. Now, the Cherubel degree symbol says that in a birth chart, this can be malefic, to put it gently. I don't want to focus on this. Kosminski says it's a symbol of entrapping. So where I'm saying ask Benefares, Melahel to assist you in your creative projects, ask especially Melahel also for the guidance, if it be right, and it harm none. All of those magical laws, and it harm none is one that tends to be forgotten. People just remember the do as thou wilt to be the whole of the law. It's and it harm none, do as thou wilt be the whole of the law. But you are opening a door to adventure with this particular new moon. Now, speaking of that, it's also something that you may not know what the result is, but you're unlikely, David will correct me Saturday night if I'm wrong, but you're unlikely to be upset in your efforts by some surprise left field event, because the moon is talking to every single planet in the sky bar Uranus. So there isn't that for the moon related projects. I'm not saying something unexpected won't turn up. There's Uranus aspects that's no doubt coming up. I can't remember off the top of my head. But in this one issue that you use the new moon for, this healing new project, what have you, it's not that the result will be unexpected, it's that you don't necessarily know what it is, but it's not something that's going to come and knock you off your feet unless that's in a good way. That's how I would interpret that. I'm putting all this information here for you to make your own mind of and see what feels right. And obviously, it links with your own chart and what way the wind's blowing, and there's Dane Rudyard with the Sabian symbol, a pregnant woman in a light summer dress, are showing it's indicating the conception and gestation, obviously, of the project that you are wanting, that you can use this new moon to come around. He sees this as a degree of inner fulfillment, or the potential of reaching towards inner fulfillment, and it has a keynote of fecundity, harvest. So it's double-edged. Ask for guidance, check that it's with the divine plan, and all the little caveats that you want to put in. And if you don't normally put those in, start. I am not suggesting that your will not be done, but the way I was trained, or the way I was work, was always add that "and it harm none," if this be in line with the divine plan, all those sort of caveats, and then go for it hell for leather, probably the wrong phrase, to see what occurs. And you're giving spirit the freedom to take you to the right place while working on what hopefully feels right for you. So, as I said, ask a question, and you don't have to watch this a second and third time, don't worry. Ask your question and I will bring the cards up. Right, Pisces, if you are Pisces Rising, this is occurring in your second house, which is all about your assets, your finances, and what I think I may be focusing on more is the things that you value, but it might be a finance reading as well. There's no guarantee that the cards are talking about what the house is. But we're starting with, on the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Pentacles. There is a sense of rebirth on offer that is purely down to you. This is purely you gaining a chance, getting a little bit of personal space, and you're well aware of this rebirth, this transformation that's going on. And I believe that you are making the decision to say, yes, I'm going with it. I'm doing this. And other people are recognizing that you are stepping this up a little, or even maybe offering you the chance to step things up a level, whatever that means. Page of Pentacles for me, as you may well know, is level 1 complete, start level 2. You start level 2 as a beginner, but you've done level 1. Now, you've had plenty of time of wish fulfillment, and now you are coming into your power. Nine of Cups in the past, Magician in the future here. What you are leaving is that sense of wish fulfillment. And when I say sense of, it's like, I want this, I want that, I want the other, I'm going to... And now you're suddenly coming into a position where you can. And what I really want to point out why... God, there's so much here. This is a really, really nice reading. First, from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, we have Melahel. Melahel, who I've been talking about in the introduction. Melahel, the ruler of this new moon, the ruler of 22 degrees Aries. So, this is a healing experience for you, because Melahel here is representing that healing capacity, which Melahel is all about. But also this moon, and this doesn't matter whether you're rising or sun or moon, this moon is And I apologize to the Aries in the audience, but this moon, Pisces, looks like it's your moon. It is smiling on you. And that will be an educational thing for you because you're going through this transformation. But what stands in your way is some form of commitment that you have made. Now, I think I may just clarify this because if it's a commitment in the financial, in all second house matters, it may well be a job that you're committed to that you don't need to be. That really doesn't help. Two of wands. There was a commitment to a plan that you had. That plan is subject to change. We have the wheel of fortune. Things around you are changing at the moment. So what this is implying to me is that you need to change as your environment changes, as the outside influences are changing, because I think you'll find your system of values of what you feel is important is going to shift slightly. And again, with this Six of Pentacles, often I'll talk about how it is sense of value, but there's a certain element of, in this deck, of service to others. Charity giving, for example. But this isn't charity. This is going out and doing. Not just for $3 a week you can ensure this child gets water every day. Although nothing wrong with that. But no, this is you physically going out and doing. And I don't mean physically going out and doing and earning the money to send that $3 a week. I mean going out and doing the work. I'm getting a teaching vibe from this as well. So you are being taught by it. You are being pulled out of... Okay, I don't know where I'm getting this from, but you're getting pulled out of your comfort zone a little bit. And that's good. Which is why there's that. Well, it's from that transformation. That's why I'm getting that. And because hopes and fears, you don't want to be jaded. You don't want to be going, oh God, here we go again. You don't want to always be there, nearly there and never actually there. Which is what this Nine of Wands in the hopes and fears position is telling me. But what Spirit is bringing in is some form of wisdom for you. But it's not even that. It's the Hermit, so it's showing you your own inner light. So if you are feeling isolated around this new moon, that's okay. Because while you are feeling isolated, things around you are changing. Wheel of Fortune. And this situation is very, very much looked over by angels. We have the Temperance card here. Like I say, just the commitments that you have already made, I would like to say they are all up for review. Now, that may sound bad. It may well sound good. I want it to sound good. And even if it sounds bad because there's a bit of you going, I like that commitment. Yep, that might be a commitment you get to keep yet. So don't worry about that. Deal with everything as it comes up. But the way that your own inner light is being translated into a sense of value that you can broadcast out to others, where your wish fulfillment is or sense of what you're wishing for is being replaced by a very, very practical, this is what I can achieve and this is the effect that I can have. Other people are noticing that you are leveling up. And what I really like, and this will sound weird, Five of Cups as the final outcome card. But this Five of Cups carries a robed figure, i.e. some form of adept or mystic, holding those two cups up after not losing but discarding the other three. So to me, that when I drew that, I wasn't, there was no sense of, oh God, here we go, loss and pain and fear, especially with Schlegel, and I'll get onto Schlegel in a minute. But the word that ran through my mind the moment I looked at that is distillation. Like you have distilled the contents of all 5 cups down into the 2 cups, and here is the pure substance. Here is the perfect substance. Here is the core of the issue. Here is the elixir of life, the elixir of youth, the elixir of common sense or intellect. Both would be useful nowadays. But there's this, like, things have been boiled down to their pure core ingredients, and that is what you are able to carry along. Because with the situation around you changing so very much, and certain commitments that you have getting threatened, and that, like I say, those commitments getting threatened, that's fine, because some of those commitments are in your way. They are obstacles. Now, Schlegel, the angel of snow, is someone who can go across the most barren, dark, cold, wet, miserable, winter, miserable, water's got into my boots sort of landscape, and sing and dance and bring beauty to that environment and see the beauty in that environment. Schlegel is a blessing. Schlegel is, it would be unfair in a way, although it's true, it's not as small as this. But the idea of making the best of a bad job. It's more gaining a sense of beauty and a connection to the universe from something that initially appears quite barren. And I think that what that refers to is the way the situation is changing and the way that your commitments are getting threatened, and you're having to decide, do I keep, do I leave? Some of them you leave, some of them you will have to leave. Because do not forget, this is your new moon, Pisces. Melahel has only appeared in your reading, in all of these readings, all 12 signs that I've done. So there is so much positive here. Getting in touch with your own inner light, shedding that sense of value into the world, changing from the I wish it was to this is how I will make it. Personal transformation, leveling up and distilling to the core essence of whatever it is that you are going to go ahead with. So when the world is changing, it's okay. I think I called your monthly reading something, it gets better. This is it getting better. Simple as that. I think it was you I called it gets better. But this is it getting better. This is opening up. There's no new beginning cards here. This transformation is part of a process. This magician, he's coming into his power and he's about to use it. This hooded adept on the 5 of Cups has distilled everything down into the contents of these 2 cups and then is going to go and use it for something. This is in the middle of a process, but it's certainly the next chapter, or quite possibly book 2, because there's a complete change in tone coming. That's beautiful. That's really nice. I'm really pleased for you, Pisces. Being a Pisces sun, I'm really pleased for me as well. But that's really positive. You've just got to make sure you don't fall into the old trap of feeling victimized and being wounded and not quite getting there, because you fear about not quite getting there on this new thing, whatever the new thing is. I almost want to say, with the way that the magician is about to and the adept is about to, arriving there is not the issue. The journey of getting there is the getting there. Is the that doesn't sound very good, does it? Is the benefit of this is in the journey. Once you get there, you have accomplished, but it's in the accomplishing that the real beauty, angelic forces, and joy is in. Because by the time you get there, you're probably going to want to get somewhere else. Because those cups, they only hold so much. Whatever he has created, he'll only be able to accomplish so much with it. It's a limited amount. And then next project. And myself, I feel good about the fact that there is a next project. So if this means anything to you, Pisces, please do comment down below. Obviously, press the like button if you like the reading. Hopefully you do. That was a good one. But yeah, comment, because I like to know that these readings get to the people who they are useful for. Otherwise, I'm just sat talking to my laptop. Please subscribe to the channel, or consider subscribing to the channel if you like this, and then you'll get more of it. You'll get a lot more. I'm a YouTuber, so yeah, likes and shares and subscribes and all that good YouTube stuff. And don't forget, 6 p.m. UK time, which is not GMT, it's British Summer Time. I forgot that. Which is 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, or adjust to your own time zone wherever you are. I'll be live streaming with astrologer David Fisher. We'll be looking at the actual astrology of the new moon in some detail, and then I'll be doing some more readings for the new moon. So come and join us. All right. Cheers.